What's up, y'all? It's your host with the most that does the most. JerCrisp, welcome back to another video. Today, what I got y'all is true. Not finna pronounce her name any even type of way. I'm gonna try. Bhabie, whatever her fucking name is. I think that's the girl. Gucci flip flop hiding on my socks. Talking about some Gucci flip flop. And I think she made that song with Lil Yachty or some stuff like that. I thought she fell off on some stuff. Like, I don't know. But I must say she just got the last laugh on some stuff. But she like kind of subscribe, follow on social media. It's gonna pop up on the screen. Let's see what she got the last laugh for. From CC!
Laughingstock of the internet for years after her appearance on the Dr. Phil show. Her presumptuous attitude, attention-seeking tactics, and accused appropriation of black culture just made people despise her, but it also got her filthy rich. Danielle's career was literally handed to her, but unlike most people who get 15 minutes of fame, she turned it into an empire. This girl was a child when her worst moments were being broadcasted to the entire world. Today, she has transformed into someone we barely even recognize, but it was all a part of the plan. On September 14th, 2016, Dr. Phil aired the 8th episode of its 15th season, which featured a 13-year-old girl from Florida named Danielle Bergoli. Danielle was seemingly a typical teenager whose rebellious and delinquent behavior reached a point where her mother could not control her, knife-wielding, skipping school, and stealing cars for a quick joyride. She even stole a crew member's car while the episode was being filmed. Despite Danielle's obvious pitfalls, people were also pointing the finger at her mother. Mom, my daughter is so out of control and provocative. Also, Mom allows daughter to install a stripper pole in her bedroom. But the biggest problem her mother had was Danielle's love for violence. She liked to fight. It's important to note that the show producers encouraged Danielle to be as rambunctious as she could on camera, because it's more entertaining. At one point, Danielle even challenged her own mother to a fight on the set, but she also challenged anyone else in the audience to throw some hands.
Catch me outside, how about that? Huh? Catch me outside, how about that?
Nobody wanted to go the rounds with Danielle, but these 6 words would drastically change her life forever. Her manufactured black scent that she claims is due to her being from the streets made the phrase "catch me outside, how about that" sound like "catch me outside, how about dat?" And I don't think I've ever seen something more viral in my life. Your parents, maybe even your grandparents, know about this iconic catchphrase. She became a social media sensation known as the "Cash Me Outside girl." Danielle was used by boomers as confirmation bias to prove that Gen Z is a bunch of entitled brats. But even Gen Z was laughing.
So basically, she the one started that meme with the model little kids and arguing with their parents. Catch me outside, how about that? That's crazy. I thought it was like pointy stuff, bro. Like now I'm looking at it, it's like, God dang, it's really pointy. How they blew this up?
At her because they knew she was their generation's jester. It was like this perfect moment where all generations, all walks of life came together to agree that the "Cash Me Outside" girl was a joke. The Dr. Phil YouTube channel gained 8 million views in 1 month from the clip of Danielle's episode. To this day, the channel has accumulated over 200 million YouTube views just from Danielle's appearances on the show. But the crazy part is, Danielle didn't even know she was the laughingstock of the internet at the time. Dr. Phil had Danielle transported to the Turnabout Ranch after her episode. Turnabout Ranch is neither owned nor operated by Dr. Phil, but is an independent residential treatment center for troubled youth located in Utah. The ranch is a therapeutic program that aims to help teenagers and young adults dealing with behavioral and emotional issues. Danielle didn't get to experience her newfound wave of clout since she didn't have access to social media or a cell phone while in Utah. After she returned home, she opened social media and was shocked.
At first I didn't know how to handle it. I was just like, my instinct was to cuss everyone out who said it to me.
Since her Dr. Phil episode was the most successful episode of all time, it only made sense for his producers to bring her back on the show. In February of 2017, just 4 months after her original appearance, she returned to Dr. Phil to a studio without an audience where they discussed her time at Turnabout Ranch. She said her time there was fine before expressing that she was happy that she went. We would later find out that she was lying, and her time at the ranch was much darker and more sinister than she was comfortable admitting, which prompted even more people to continue making memes about the bratty child. The
Right.
memes prompted hip-hop producer DJ Suede, the remix god, to make a song sampling her infamous catchphrase. Suede's trap beat titled Catch Me Outside sits at over 60 million views on YouTube, but we realized the true power of the meme when this song peaked at number 72 on the Billboard Hot 100. A meme trap beat spent 3 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100. 2017 was wild. Danielle and her mother, Barbara, sued DJ Suede over unpaid royalties for the remix. Barbara alleged that the DJ and his manager exploited her daughter after they agreed to let them use her voice and popular catchphrase on the record. According to legal documents obtained by TMZ, Danielle accepted a deal where she would get half of the remix profits. However, Barbara alleged that DJ Suede refused to pay them their royalties. Suede responded to the lawsuit saying, "My team and lawyer already read y'all the contract several times for months, and we have everything on paper. How about that?" He added, shaking my head, 15 minutes went by pretty fast, huh? Ironically, it was actually DJ Suede whose 15 minutes of fame that he got from Danielle was over, because the world was about to be introduced to Bhad Bhabie, whose fame was about to last a whole lot.
Bad baby. Like, what the who spelled, be for real, who spelled bad baby like that? Like,
Longer than 15 minutes. But this break from today's sponsor will only last about a minute, so hear me out. Have you ever make it very
Patrick
difficult for
CC, stop, man.
music manager
I'm not getting
reached
sponsored,
out in a
but damn,
time?
I appreciate it though.
They were like, okay. With Danielle outside on the description. Thanks, Aura. In January of 2017, music manager Adam Kluger heard Catch Me Outside on the radio and knew she could be a star. He reached out and arranged an appointment with Danielle and her mother. "I said, I want to manage you. Give me some time. I'll make you a star. I'll make you guys rich. We want to make this thing happen." With no hesitation, they were like, okay, done. They had no clue what that meant. Kluger wanted to take advantage of Danielle's bad girl persona and take this villain, relentless, crazy attitude kid and just brand her as this supervillain. She's going to be the one that the kids have to hide from their parents. Wanting to find a way to turn followers into money, Adam solicited the help of Dan Roof, the founder of a digital firm named Flute. Dan came on board as Danielle's digital manager, booking live appearances and setting up sponsorship deals. The same week Danielle reappeared on Dr. Phil, she starred in Kodak Black's music video for Everything 1K. This video was literally just Kodak's song with Danielle flexing cash, wearing grills, and sitting on a Rolls Royce while mouthing Kodak's lyrics, which prompted the video to gain almost 50 million views. On her trip home from LA, Danielle boarded a Spirit Airlines flight where she and her mother got into a fight with a passenger. But as other camera angles were released, it seemed like the passenger was potentially the aggressor and Danielle was just defending her mom.
Yo, you're not gonna take all of the ass, you fucking wake up! You wanna be black, you
Danielle and her friends got into another fight with random people one Saturday night in Lake Worth, Florida. Then in April, she was cited for possession of marijuana in Boynton Beach. The 14-year-old was unsupervised, out of control, and on top of that being ridiculed by random people on the streets. It was a recipe for disaster. It also became increasingly obvious that her mother was no longer
Man, whatever her name is, but she was fine when I was young. Say goodbye. Man, Troy, shoot, I think she was 14. I was like 10 years old. 10, I don't know how old she is. Let's look this up right now. You gotta be like 21 or something like that. 21, 28, I don't know. Let me look this up. I'm 20. I'm 18, baby. I'm 18. So when I was 10, so you like, oh, you 1 month older than me. So I was when I was 13, you was 14. I had a crush on you.
interested in helping Danielle once she realized she could make money from her daughter's delinquency. But despite her bad behavior, she was cultivating a real fan base through YouTube, where she uploaded consistent reaction videos showcasing more of her brazen personality that were generating over 1 million views per video.
If you had a child and a hoe tried you in front of them, what would you do? I would go to my car, turn on my car, put the air on in the car, strap my kid into their seat, and go beat the f***ing life out of that.
Her manager also knew that she had some rapping ability. And let's be honest, in 2017, at the height of the Lil Pump and Lil Xan era, you didn't need much skill. Plus, influencers like Rice Gum and Jake Paul were gaining unimaginable view counts on their terrible music. Colger proceeded to book studio time for Danielle, but she was hesitant at first. I was like, I don't want to put these headphones on. I don't want to get in this booth. But then she had a change of heart. I was like, I'm prettier than all these people in here. I looked at the people in the room and I was like, I'm better than you. I can do this. I'll be fine. I won't look stupid. Soon, she was in a meeting opposite Atan Ben Horan, the global head of artists and repertoire at Warner Music Group. Ben put together a team of 14 writers and producers to work on Danielle's first professional single, Bhad. They started her music rollout with a track called These Hoes, which peaked at number 77 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, making Danielle the youngest female rap artist to debut on the Hot 100. It also made Bhabie the third youngest solo artist of all time to chart on the Hot 100, behind JoJo and Stevie Wonder. The track's success led to Danielle signing a record deal with Atlantic Records. She then remixed Kodak Black's Roll in Peace and T Grizzly and Lil Yachty's From D to the A, but even her biggest haters could not deny her second debut single, Bhabie, which reached number 68 on the Billboard Hot 100, while the music video accumulated over 200 million views since its initial upload. The song was eventually certified platinum less than 5 months later. Most people on the internet were calling her music trash, but the numbers didn't lie. Plus, she wasn't afraid of criticism.
She's low-key smart, okay? I'm not gonna say she's smart because she's a little bitch.
I'm a little...
Hey, yo. Hey, I don't know if I give a couple up, dude, but hey, do funny as a mother. Do funny as a little bit. I'm not lying.
I'm a bitch, but you're the one sitting in the busted ass chair with your busted ass forehead, with your busted ass face, and your busted ass room. So why are you...
Close all down the school, like Flight React said. Close down the school. We got a school threat right here.
For me?
Rappers like Lil Yachty voiced their support for her career, which was followed by a collaboration titled Gucci Flip Flops.
Gucci Flip Flops. I was singing that earlier.
Number 79 on the Billboard Hot 100 before receiving a platinum certification. Her string of success led to Bhad Bhabie receiving a nomination at the 2018 Billboard Music Awards for Best Female Rap Artist, alongside Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. Over the next few months, Bhabie collaborated with artists like Ty Dolla $ign, YG, Lil Baby, City Girls, Charlie XCX, and Asian Doll. She announced her Band in the USA tour across North America and Europe, where she sold out various 150 to 500 person venues in nearly every city she visited. But whenever she had some positive momentum, she would revert back to her old self. In peak 2018 tomfoolery, Bhad Bhabie runs into her arch nemesis Woah Vicky, accompanied by the infamous Lil Tay for a good old-fashioned scrap. But all we got was high-pitched screaming.
I forgot about Lil Tay. Look, that little girl that be flexing that little money like, like, bro, what was for that, bro? Like in that era, I think it was like what 2018. Also, like, Lil Tay was just flexing all this money and people were reacting to it. I think that's like, then when I got into like Lee Jack and all that, like 2018, I think that's when Lee Jack was making all them funny videos, bro. Lee Jack, funnier than Let's say she used to just get up my nerves with that, bro. Like, god dang.
Vicky,
we should watch some old videos of Lee Jack, so I can show y'all who Lee Jack is. If y'all don't know who Lee Jack is, but one day, this year or sooner or later, whatever, I'm gonna react to some Lee Jack. I don't know why I'm stuttering, but
accompanied by the infamous Lil Tay for a good old-fashioned scrap. But all we got was high-pitched screaming and standing behind grown men pretending like they actually wanted to fight.
Come on, touch me. I want you to hit me. Hit me. Hit me. If you hit me, I'll hit me. I'm right here. You coming at me, so you hit me. You're so about it. Hit me. You're so about it. You're so big and bad.
This was huge news at the time, but this would not be their final battle. Danielle announced a 6-month deal with Copycat Beauty, getting paid $900,000 to promote the brand's products on her social media and music videos. She then signed a 12-episode deal for a reality show called Bringing Up Bhabie. The show premiered in February of 2019 on Snapchat as one of their many Snap originals. The first episode showcased her life behind the scenes and the hurdles she encountered amid her rise in the industry. This show reportedly earned over 10 million viewers in its first 24 hours. To compare, at the time, Keeping Up with the Kardashians was only getting 1.5 million views per episode. TMZ reported that Danielle made well over $10 million during 2019 due to her reality show. And although many still saw Danielle as the snobby kid from Dr. Phil capitalizing on her 5 seconds of fame, the fanbase she gained was undeniable. Maybe her fans saw her as a troubled teen who was misunderstood and taken advantage of as a child. Maybe they didn't see someone desperate for attention and rather someone who was unapologetically themselves. But there was no denying that she was still a loudmouth kid who always managed to find her way into trouble. At Cardi B's Fashion Nova launch party, Danielle decided to throw a drink of water on Iggy Azalea. Iggy seemingly had no idea what happened, nor did she really seem to care. It looked like Danielle pre-planned the attack while hiding behind her bodyguards and trying to make a spectacle, but Iggy did not cave. Danielle claimed that Iggy was talking crazy about her on Instagram. She was referring to a Shade Room Instagram post that asked, "Who is going to see Bhad Bhabie on tour?" And Iggy commented, "Are you?" Iggy responded to the incident.
I get that this little girl has made a name for herself acting a damn fool on television and online. But I'm a grown up. I'm not about to waste my energy on that shit or be fighting a kid in a club.
Azalea handled the situation like an adult, just making Danielle look even more childish and immature. Danielle also had a habit of making drama about her when nobody was directing hate towards her in the first place. In an interview with People, Jermaine Dupri, legendary songwriter and record producer, expressed his disappointment with the female rap game. They all rapping about the same thing. I don't think they're showing us who is the best rapper. For me, it's like strippers rapping. While these comments triggered response.
Strippers rapping? That's a strippers rapping, bro.
From several women in the industry.
But like for real though, when do you actually see a stripper rapping? Hold up. I know Cardi B was a stripper. Doja, you was a stripper too, girl. Don't let me. You was a stripper too, girl. I wonder why you made that song called Move.
Bhabie specifically replied, "Jermaine Dupri can suck my been like 10 years since Bow Wow. Sit down, grandpa." Since Danielle was on top of the game, she was able to run her mouth. She wasn't topping the charts, but her music videos and songs were still accumulating tens of millions of YouTube views. And she was consistently collaborating with every major industry rapper. But she was burning bridges with people who might be able to help her once her hype dies down. And as we approached 2020, people were getting really tired of Bhad Bhabie. But they did enjoy seeing her get beat up by her biggest op, Whoa Vicky. A brawl between Danielle and Whoa Vicky occurred during a recording session in Atlanta. TMZ got a hold of the footage from the fight where it seemed as though Vicky got the best of Danielle. Bhabie later took to social media saying, "Anyone who says I got beat up is delusional. This girl ain't hit me one time. She grabbed my hair and somehow ended up on top of me. The whole time my face stayed untouched." Every normal person observing this situation is wondering why these girls are hanging out with nothing but grown men who are filming them while they physically assault each other. But once Danielle posted a video to Instagram wearing box braids, the conversation around her cultural appropriation finally needed to be discussed. People were noticing Danielle slowly transforming her image and accused her of blackfishing, because she was sporting traditionally black hairstyles and even tanning/darkening her skin to a point where some people might even mistake her as non-white. This look Danielle is going for is now considered to be the beauty standard in pop culture. However, for the longest time, black people, specifically black women, were demonized and ridiculed for their hair, skin, AAV accent, and all other physical features that they were born with. Now that black women's natural features are being praised in our society, white women like Danielle can just put on a wig, tan their skin, get lip fillers and surgical procedures to reap all the benefits of being black, but also just transform back into being white whenever they want. Danielle addressed the criticism with an Instagram story. To all the black females that are saying my hair ain't meant for box braids, guess what? Y'all hair ain't meant to be straight, but y'all glue wigs onto your heads and sew Brazilian, Indian, and Peruvian hair, which is anything like your natural hair texture. She then goes to deny the cultural appropriation and follow that up with, "I love the way I look, plus your man agrees. And we all know I look fine AF with any hairstyle I do from any culture because I'm just that girl. I hope y'all bald-headed hoes stay up all night thinking about this." Every time she opened her mouth, it just got worse.
I don't act black. I don't know what you're talking about. Who wants to be black? I don't understand that.
After this controversy,
Why would you say that, bro? That messed up your career right there. You said, who want to be black? Like, come on, son. That's like saying, if I said what you just said, but why? Come on, guys. Dude. See, I'm telling you, bro. I feel like everybody did not deserve the fame. It come from rapping, YouTubers, because some of these YouTubers should not even deserve the fame that I should deserve the fame. Industry people that make freaking TikTok, people who go live on TikTok, doesn't deserve the fame like that. We need to stop this. Fans out there worldwide, we need to stop putting people up there for the fame. Then they just shut you down. Like, oh yeah, you bringing her back up. Oh, you bringing her up. But after she turn around, backstab, you playing devil advocate, shooting you down while she standing up in the top. She ain't bring along with y'all. See me, I'm gonna bring y'all along with y'all. Y'all coming with me regardless. Regardless, the fact, whatever's going on happening to you, I'm gonna let y'all know. Y'all is gonna be like we down here for right now. We down here, but hey, once we get to the top, we all gonna have a party. I'm trying to do something for y'all, like a little fan party or some stuff.
she remained pretty quiet until summer of 2020 when news broke that she entered a rehab facility at an undisclosed location where she'd received treatment for a combination of things, including childhood trauma and substance abuse in the form of prescription pills. Her management team told TMZ, "We are very proud of Danielle for recognizing that she needed help and seeking it out." Following her release from rehab, Danielle continued her journey of healing and self-development when she posted a YouTube video breaking her silence about the Turnabout Ranch.
Dr. Phil, I'm going to give you from now till April 5th to issue an apology, not only to me, but to Hannah and any other child that you sent to Turnabout or any other program like this. And if you don't, I'm going to handle things my way.
Danielle had played the villain character her whole life, and now she was starting to gain sympathy from the internet. Danielle was inspired to share her story after a woman named Hannah Archuleta came forward a month earlier, claiming that she was sexually assaulted by a staff member at Turnabout Ranch. Hannah was also sent to the ranch by Dr. Phil in 2019 when she was 17 years old. The Turnabout Ranch is one of the many wilderness programs that take place in rural Utah. If you watch my video about Chet Hanks, who was also sent to a Utah camp, or if you watch the Netflix documentary Hell Camp, then you know all about the horrors of these programs. But if you don't know, wilderness therapy programs are a major part of the multi-billion-dollar troubled teen industry, which also includes therapeutic boarding schools and residential treatment centers. These programs are designed for adolescents struggling with issues like drug dependency, depression, poor grades, low self-confidence, ending thoughts, and eating disorders. The idea is...
telling me if I was suffering, not doing right in school, I was gonna come here? Oh no! But be for real. Do you ever see You ever saw a black person actually going to that camp but them two people go to? Like I'm just being no racist stuff like I'm a black guy. All about my Tony Hawks and my what's it called? Taylor Swift's and all the way down there. And my white people and Asian and Chinese and Japanese and all that. I love them, man. Like love all of them to them. Not racist. But Patrick CC. Can you do some research for me and actually see find a black person that actually went to them? Do that for me. Just do that for me. Just for me.
to isolate them
You
in
can
the
shoot
middle
up my
of nowhere
text.
America to remove them from their privileges, then provide therapy and give them wilderness experiences like hiking, camping, or working on a ranch in hopes that it will allow them to recognize how good their home life actually is. However, these experiences mostly consist of doing manual labor for hours on end, and over the years there have been hundreds, thousands of reports of staff members abusing, hazing, humiliating, sleep depriving, sexually assaulting, drugging, and doing some of the most horrific things to these teenagers. Danielle experienced and witnessed similar horrors during her time there when she was just 13 years old, but the worst of all was witnessing a murder.
One morning I was cleaning up for breakfast, and one of the staff members was standing right next to me, and she had her walkie on her, so I heard everything. One of the kids, he had tried to steal a car or something. Everyone was screaming on the walkies like it was really crazy, and he ended up killing one of the staff members. They made all the kids that were at Roundy come down, and then they told us not to tell us anything. A day later, they have us all, every kid that's at Turnabout, they have us all sit in a circle, and they're like, listen, there was an incident, I know some of y'all heard it over the walkies, Jimmy died.
And you would think that with such appalling accusations that Dr. Phil would denounce the Turnabout Ranch.
We don't have anything to do with what happens with guests once they leave the stage.
But he just played dumb. However, Danielle proved that Dr. Phil is in fact involved with the people he sends there after the show.
My mother signed a consent of release of information to send progress reports directly from Turnabout to the Dr. Phil show. So when you say you don't have any feedback from them, that is not true.
Danielle added that she doesn't believe that Dr. Phil is unaware of what really happens behind closed doors at the ranch. Plus, a murder did take place at this ranch. You would think that at the very least Dr. Phil would stop recommending it as a precautionary measure, but he continues to praise the ranch.
We sent this young woman to Turnabout Ranch, which is a very serious, responsible place for kids to go to get their values straight and get their heads on right.
Dr. Phil, not to break your thing, I know you pushing 70. If you watch the IDC video with Jerry Jones, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But you know that's not a safe company. You know that's not a safe place to go to. If somebody got murdered, you think you take your child there? Be for real, Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil, do you even have kids? Let me know. Just let me know. Dr. Phil, I don't know. Dr. Phil is not the person I was watching. I was watching Jerry. The voices things. I don't know. Like, you are not the father, or you is the father, or this is your child, or I don't know.
To be an emotional.
I used to watch Steve Harvey and all that.
In a direction.
What fucking direction is that? Sexual abuse, murders, and torture? That's the direction? Oh, that's phenomenal. Start your to-do list, parents. Have your kid watch somebody get murdered, have them get sexually assaulted, and have them get tortured. They'll come out great.
Even if Dr. Phil is innocent, maybe he should consider investigating these facilities before using his massive platform to endorse them, which is why people conspire that he might have some sort of financial interest that benefits him every time a child is sent to the camp. It was after this expose that the narrative surrounding Danielle's Dr. Phil episode and her whole persona started to change. She was 13. Wow, this is 100% bad parenting on the mom's part. I feel like Danielle was wronged her whole life. Also, she was 13 years old, and to be judged and hated like this instead of loved and nurtured on national television, that's just setting her up. All this time I thought this child was crazy. Now I realized it's her mom. Despite Danielle reversing her reputation to the public, Bhad Bhabie was broke. Nobody was interested in her music anymore. She had exhausted all of her antics to get attention, and she potentially burned bridges with people who could have helped her music career. Now she was only being seen as any other influencer on the internet. There was only one thing left to do to make a big bag. On April 1st, 2021, 6 days after her 18th birthday, Bhabie launched an OnlyFans account that earned over $1 million in revenue in the first 6 hours, including over...
That's cap. That's cap. That's cap. That's cap. Ain't no way.
1st, 2021, 6 days after her 18th birthday,
Ain't
Bhabie
no
launched
way.
an OnlyFans
That's crazy, bro.
account that earned over...
If you down bad just to get some money, bro, don't start an OnlyFans, bro. You might as well just go ahead and get you a job or some shit. Or fucking, I don't even know, bro. Just start scamming or some shit. I don't know. I don't even know, bro.
over $1 million in revenue in the first 6 hours, including over $757,000 from subscriptions, $267,000 from message payments, and $5,000 in tips. Less than a month later, Bhabie claimed that she racked in over $50 million on OnlyFans before showing off her newly purchased $6.1 million home in Florida that she allegedly bought in cash. People were initially suspicious until she posted an income report with the caption, "Go cry about it." The screenshot showed a gross income of $52 million, with Bhabie taking home a net income of over $42 million. The main realization that people had from this was just how many thousands, maybe millions of people who had sexualized this child since she initially showed her face on the internet.
What do you think your situation was that like made you pop off like that?
Well, I was kept covered for so long, right? Like with how they were making me dress and and I was young.
It's so creepy.
It's creepy, but at the same time, like, I'm not one of them people that's like, oh no, pedophilia is fine as long as they're like a little bit older. Like, no. I still think it's weird, but at the same time, 18 is 18, and that's what they said it was, so that's what they said it was.
Danielle fully realized that it was because of her young age and being sexualized during her youth that allowed her to secure such a large fortune.
Like the news came out about how much money you made. People from so many different walks of lives that I knew were like, I'm getting an OnlyFans.
Her success inspired millions of women around the world to try and do the same. Unfortunately,
You know what? I'm done. I don't want to hear the rest of this. Ain't no way. Ain't no way you started OnlyFans for that. That is sad. Because of her, I'm done. That was Patrick CCC. That's we're gonna call her OnlyFans chick now because she's an OnlyFans chick. Yeah, that's what she is. But hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow on social media. Did pop up on the screen. And I'll see y'all when I see y'all in the next one. Love y'all to the bottom of my heart. And we're on the road to 300.